All right.
Yeah, well, Nico, welcome. I'm Ray Gonzalez with Headbangers in
Thank you.
Mexico. And well, we only have 15 minutes in this, so I'm gonna skip the marketing and talk about the soul of the band. It's a privilege, brother.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Nice to be here.
Thank you, sir. Well, then let's get straight to it. Well, Nico, you've been the architect behind the curtain for Katatonia long before you were officially on the front line. You've seen the band's skeleton change from dead doom into this sophisticated urban architecture. As someone who has lived in the field of the Swedish death metal, how much of that old grime do you intentionally leave under the skin of the new songs? Is there still a piece of 1993 hidden under your guitar tone?
Ah, man, I don't know. I think as I say very often, I try not to think about it. I think the worst enemy a musician has is thought. If you use your, and if you're constantly thinking like I did that back in the day, I should do it, or I should change this pizza into a sushi. It's like, that's the pizza I want to change into a sushi, then sure. But I think I'm trying not to force stuff upon, But then having that said, I've been and since you've been steeped in something, you've been doing something for very long. So I would say that subconsciously, yeah, I would probably try to distort it, but it's not like I try not to it's also like it has to fit, and
Of
I think a
course.
lot of the times the guitars the way they should sound, or the way they did sound with old school death, it's maybe not so applicable on the Katatonia thing sometimes, I guess, but as a whole, I'm trying the short answer would be I'm trying not to think about it.
Well, very good. And I think it's working just fine. And
Thank you.
yeah, and talking about, you mentioned that you've been doing something for so long. So many of our readers at the magazine have scars that have aged alongside Catatonia. They aren't the same kids anymore.
Right.
They're parents, survivors of their own stories. Do you feel some kind of a responsibility towards this generation that has made your music their sanctuary? Is Catatonia still a permanent search for you, or have you finally found a definitive language for the band?
No, I think it's always going to be a search. First and foremost, I think you realize how music and how the whole world is turning, that we were part of a um, very nice time where people spent time listening to music, and even if you went astray, they would still stay and listen to the next album, even though they didn't like the former. And now everything's been so fast. So I think we are very fortunate in that sense that we are old. So
Of
we
course.
got to be around when it was different. I should say different. I shouldn't be. I mean, today's spinning circus has its ups too. Uh, but I think as far as searching goes, and if you stop searching and you think that okay, we got it now, then do something else. I think I am never, maybe I'm happy with something that you record. I've been at the most, you listen to it when it's mastered, you're like, holy shit, that's pretty good. But you're never that happy so that you sit down and listen to it over and over. I think it's like it's because you always want to make it better. And
Of course.
also I'm more interested in the process rather than the result. So um exploring, and then as soon as it's done, it's I mean it's still nice, but it's not interesting in the same way. It's like not fascinating. It's just okay, pretty good, a couple of good songs, but the magic is like and it's not supposed to be like, I mean, where the magic's supposed to be with the listener, that so when I listen to someone else's music, I could just But I think if you let yourself sit down and you start making your own music and then listen to your own music, then it's like maybe time to do something else, you know.
Yes, of course. So you kind of you kind of abandon it into the world instead of finish it, right?
Yeah, exactly. No,
Yeah,
always.
yeah, always.
It's
And
like somebody said, it's like if I didn't have a deadline, I would still be working on my first song, first mix, you know.
yes, yes, completely. And well, entering this cycle in 2025 and having been with the guys for so long now, does the legacy of Katatonia feel like a golden throne or a cage, or are you more free now to experiment because the name is already a legend? Do you still feel the weight of having to prove something every time you step on stage?
Yeah, I mean, I feel the weight, and but it's more like it's nice that people have such a strong, but I can't say that I'm more interested in rocking the boat, coming up with something than to just honoring the legacy. That's, I mean, I want to honor the legacy, but I think it's more interesting if you try to make something of it, including yourself. Uh, Otherwise, you know, what's the point? Just if it's not changing with the new people and the new times, then just listen to the albums and then, you know, that's it. Um, but having that said, I think it's really also very important it's not really my place to change stuff, if you know what I mean. It's like I just got a job at a restaurant and they have their recipes. It's not the first day at the job, you don't want to go, hold on, should we just do different kind of pizza, you know? So I'm staying, it's really nice to like be on that. I rather like that since I've been producing and mixing a lot of albums, and that's also like staying outside and then coming in with like to just make the whole thing better, but not necessarily change the chorus, you know. So I'm sure this will change, you know, in 5, 10 years, I'll be like all over the place. Like, no, it's my way or the highway. No, but it's really nice to you have the respect, but you also have the urge to like push it forward, whatever that means, you know, but just make it
Yes.
something new.
Yeah, I understand. And since you're bringing up like this analogy about food and a restaurant, I think we live in a fast food era of music where we
Yeah,
have these 15-second clips, immediate dopamine, zero
yeah.
attention span. Do you feel that perhaps unintentionally Catatonia has become an act of cultural resistance, playing a 7-minute song in
Yeah, no, it's
2026?
and if we wouldn't have started or the band wouldn't have started like 35, 40, whatever years ago, we would have never gotten the chance, you know, but nobody listens to 7 minutes. I mean, a few, very few
Mhm.
bands get away with 7 minute songs, and then they get all the attention, which is fascinating how everybody realizes that we're really fed up with the fast food and we want proper home cooked meals, but we're still too lazy to go get it. So it's just
Yeah.
like, yeah, okay, I'll have another one. I'm the same to a certain extent that I've fallen to the like yeah. I mean, everybody's attention span has shortened, period. That's just all there's to it. It's but this thing is like if you enjoy music the way we did back in the day, you kind of sit down and just enjoy the music, then it has to be a 7 minute song and it has to be
It has
good.
to.
But as long
Yeah.
if you're social mediaing at the same time you're watching a movie and listening to music while eating, it's like, come on, man.
Yeah.
So we have to like, but I guess we have to overdo this shit for a while now, for a little more, and then realize that okay, let's go into the woods and just barbecue and talk. You know,
Yeah.
no
Yeah, of
phones.
course. Yeah, of course. Well, that's a great answer. I'm also conscious of time. So here's my last question for you, Nico.
Right on.
Mexico is a paradox of dark music. We have the burning sun, chaotic energy, yet we are probably your most loyal congregation. So what do you think this Swedish coldness resonates so violently in a place like my city, Monterrey, which is really, really hot weather?
Right.
Do we just understand the beauty of shadows better than anyone else?
I think it's like what's the word? Universal thing.
Mhm.
It's like everybody is depressed and feels pain, and you don't have to be coming from a cold country. But I mean, I guess it's really hard to put the finger on. I'm just grateful that that you make music and it resonates with all people all over the world, so you get to go there and play for them. It's a very privileged place to be in. Uh, and but Yeah, I mean, if you go back to any culture, it's really dark and it's just blood everywhere and people are just dying.
Yes.
And I
Yeah.
think this is us, all of us. And now the modern society, we have behave very differently, but at the core, we are very, very similar. And I think metal is generally not very clever music per se. It's more like it just speaks to the caveman of you, whoever you are, and there's cavemen everywhere, still.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah. I agree with you, brother. And, you know, thank you very much for that, for your honesty. And that's our time, Nico. Thank you for keeping the atmosphere heavy and the emotions honest. And we'll see you at the altar here in Mexico.
Yeah, man, for sure. Let's pray.
Let's
Cheers,
pray a
man.
bit. Cheers. Bye.
Have a nice one. Thanks.